Hello everyone, thanks for taking the time to listen to this short podcast today. I'm joined by Dan Binet, who's the Head of Quality at BioPharmaSpec, and he's going to talk to us today about the importance of a quality system in early phase R&D. Thanks for joining me today, Dan. Perhaps before we start, you could tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Hi Rich, yep, certainly. A brief background, I've been involved in biopharmaceutical R&D for a number of years, and I've been with BioPharmaSpec since its inception in 2015. I was instrumental in setting up and managing the quality system, and as head of quality I oversee all aspects of quality in terms of design, implementation, and then importantly development within the company.
Right, so you obviously have a lot of experience with this aspect of our business. I guess the first and most obvious question is, why do we need a quality system at this early R&D stage?
Well, even though work is being performed in an early R&D area, clients still need to have assurance that procedures followed are controlled, monitored and proven to be sound and fit for purpose. So that's really the only way clients can have confidence in the data generated, so that they can make confident decisions for their product based on that data. It's also important where repeat work is performed. Let's say if further batches are produced or the client modifies their manufacturing method, then our analytical procedures can be accurately repeated, and that data can be compared between studies. And as another point, if data was being used in submissions to regulatory authorities, which ours certainly can be and has been in the past, then you'd want that data to be scientifically sound and to be able to provide the support required for the submission.
Okay, so can you briefly go over how a good quality system works and how our system at BioPharmaSpec achieves this?
Yeah, sure. So any meaningful quality system should look at all aspects of the analytical processes. So right from samples coming through the door, project planning and management, through analysis and data interpretation, report preparation, and ultimately project archive. We have standard operating procedures for all aspects of that workflow, and these are regularly monitored and updated as and when necessary. For example, sample receipt and storage is monitored and controlled to ensure sample integrity through the duration of the work. We ensure instruments are maintained and suitable for use by having specific suitability tests. These are tests that are required to pass certain criteria before sample analysis can begin. And then we look at the supporting processes down to even the more basic lab equipment. So basically it's important that you look through all sample workflow systems and say, what are the risks at this step? What needs to be done to mitigate that risk, to control that risk, and then you put a workable system in place to give you that control. Those control systems themselves regularly monitored for effectiveness and then modified if necessary.
Right. Okay. So there are quite a lot of things to actually monitor and control then. So how does this work in practice?
So the model mentioned is the one that we follow at BioPharmaSpec. All our staff have training on all aspects of that work and the systems, and they're only signed off when they're ready. Also, many members of staff have come from roles with GLP or GMP experience, so our system is akin to that. In fact, we would describe ourselves as having a GLP-like system, and it's recognizable in many regards as such by clients. So even though true GLP is not required at an early R&D stage, our quality system provides clients with that familiarity and the security and the peace of mind for their work. So one thing I think it is important to recognise is that whilst quality is important and the procedures need to be in place to build in that quality, it's important not to overburden the system with unnecessary mechanisms and red tape. We have set our processes in place to be functional and appropriate, but not to over encumber or complicate the quality system.
Right. Okay. So Dan, you mentioned just now that clients would recognise it. How will clients actually see the system?
So yeah, from BioPharmaSpec's point of view, we always tell clients and prospective clients that they're more than welcome to come and audit us. Many have done so. giving us very positive feedback on our systems. But of course, we're now dealing with COVID-19, so that's become more difficult. But hopefully next year we'll be open to receive visitors again.
Right, yeah, of course, we certainly hope so. Okay, Dan, I'm going to put you on the spot now. If you could sum up the importance of quality in a single word, what would that be?
Okay, right. I guess it has to be confidence, because it's all about clients having confidence in the data and having confidence that they get the company to deliver meaningful and reliable data. So at the end of the day, you put yourself in the client's shoes, then you need to be secure in the knowledge that the data you're basing your product on is reliable.
Okay, that's a good point, Dan. Yes. Okay, thanks very much for sharing your insights into the importance of quality systems, Dan. And if you would like any more information on BioPharmaSpec's quality systems, then please visit our website, or you can contact us using the details on the screen. And thanks very much for listening.